Okay, are you ready? What's up, brothers?
It's that time.
You know, it feels better starting a podcast listening to the actual music. Seems like we're starting a podcast.
You're
Don't
giving
let
away
see-
our secrets.
Yeah, don't let people see behind the curtains here,
I
man.
don't care. Look at this curtain that I don't use. An actual microphone that I don't have the hookups to, Joe.
We'll get that worked on.
We're going to do a trade, right? You're during Brothers Weekend, you're going to give me the hookups and I'm going to bring you a monitor.
That's definitely true. That is going to happen, right? Okay, yes.
No one's going to remember that. I know that right
care.
now.
Don't care.
I'm going to remember it.
I'm going to remember it.
Well, welcome to the Darwin Awards podcast. This is episode number 154 of the Darwin Awards podcast.
Gosh, what a waste of time.
Is there a milestone coming up?
154 episodes plus Patreon episodes?
Well, there's 140 something of those. Yeah, Ben.
Many hours wasted, right?
Not wasted. Why do you guys saying this? Are you trying to hurt my feelings?
I'm joking. Come on.
Yeah, get out of here.
It's a great podcast. This is not only is it good content, it doesn't really matter if it's good or not because we just want to hang out together and chat. So that's good.
Honestly, I check the charts sometimes, and based on our Patreon subscribers, it's kind of the only reason I'm still around. Besides, kind of liking you guys, it's
Don't want to let us down.
Look at charts and where we are compared to other podcasts. It's ridiculous. I guess when you do this thing more often than anybody else.
Well, Ben, I don't remember the beginning days of YouTube. I remember sitting down with Adam, and we're like, "What's a video that nobody's made yet?" And so we typed in narcolepsy.
There were a lot.
we were wise. We typed in narcolepsy, and it was like, "Hey, there aren't any videos of narcolepsy, so let's make a video." And lo and behold, 1.5 million views later, our narcolepsy video went insane, and it's because nobody else had done it yet.
And then you sold that fake video to National Geographic,
times,
right?
Many different things.
I
Yes,
sold it to many people.
Discovery.
But
You know whatever happened to?
No, hold on. That video still gets hate, Adam. Everybody hates you as a husband for not. they just think you're an awful person.
Dude, what was that show we just got paid for like last year? What was that? Remember, it was an MTV show.
MTV's, what's that show? Do you remember the name of the show? I've never even seen it before.
Where they watch videos and they make fun of.
Is this with the skateboarder?
Like that.
You guys were on
ridiculousness. That's what it is. Yeah, ridiculous.
You guys were not on ridiculousness.
Like season 34.
They never paid us. They never sent us any money.
No, we did. We got it.
Did we? I don't remember getting any.
Yeah, I sent you it.
That's amazing.
Oh, that's right. We did get it, but I'm not sure they ever aired it because they never told me what episode it was on, so we never watched it. I'm not going to sit there and watch that show waiting for my video to pop up.
Yeah, there's so many of those seasons.
Before we get into the death of this podcast, I want to segue into this. It's not a segue. It's the same topic. My sister-in-law was on American Idol years and years ago. I found the footage.
Oh, you did?
Your sister-in-law?
What did she sing?
She probably sang something amazing, but then they also make you sing a requested song that they kind of
and they mash it up or something?
Mash it up and make fun of people for. And she was in that.
Okay.
She's gonna make fun of real? That's not good.
What was
she
it?
made it far enough to get in front of Simon Cowell and everybody, but then they used the mashup reel to make fun of.
Oh,
that's
good.
basically a summary of our lives, basically.
I would love to get on a mashup reel on American Idol.
You know, I think at the beginning of this podcast, we should get a voiceover, somebody who, says a little intro for us and the number one podcast. Listen, all the stats of our podcast.
That would be great.
Push it out
That
there.
would be.
Welcome.
Okay, you know what, Adam?
Who would we get?
There's some AI. Yeah.
Crocodile Dundee.
Crocodile Dundee.
Stop
we
it.
could do Crocodile Dundee.
Steve Irwin.
No, it's got to be that new Crumble representative. That famous
That's
commercial.
right. What's his name?
Oh my gosh.
No one knows his name.
Let's get ready to rumble, guy.
Yeah,
Let's
that's what
get
it
ready to
is.
crumble. Let's get started, guys. Let's do this. You ready?
Mhm.
Okay, so the Darwin Awards podcast episode 154 is officially beginning, and we'll start with a recap of last week's episode. Last week, we had 4 stories One was a classic, kind of a classic. It was like a Russian roulette in Bangkok. A guy, but he didn't think his gun was full, and he shot himself in the head.
Lick it.
Yes, his name was Lickett. Yes, thank you for remembering that. That's good.
What was his last name?
Kami. Okay, let's move on. We had the pit bull rescue. That was the traveler out of the UK who went to Spain and saw a pit bull and rescued it, and then it killed her immediately. The wardrobe malfunction. That was the guy who the big wardrobe fell on top of him. And then we had the electrocuting fish, the guy who was trying to electrocute a bunch of fish and ended up electrocuting
And we had a
That's the
three-way
winner.
tie, right?
No,
we
we
had
did.
three-way
We
tie.
tied. We tied. And the patrons tied as well. With
What?
30, we had 2 ties for 38% of the vote. Russian roulette and electrocuting
That's
fish.
the
Those two
first
stories
time
tied.
ever that we all tied. It must have been like really good or really bad week. 'Cause
It was a bad week.
It's always a good week.
How do you tie?
I don't know how to show prep you guys anymore. It's always a good week.
Really? Really? The guy who says, I wouldn't even do this if it weren't for what was it? The views
Patrons.
or whatever. The patrons.
Yeah, if I didn't see results, why would I do this?
Hmm.
All right. Should we start? Let's start with a quick. For those of you who
So
are
wait,
listening,
no
for the
Darwin
first
winner.
time,
Can we just vote off of those 2 stories right now?
I don't think it matters enough.
Okay, then the fish guy,
Fine,
the story
fine.
I brought, I won.
Fine, the
last week. Thank you
electrocuting
very much.
fish with you can take the.
Wait, I brought that story though, man.
No,
So-
I did.
No, I didn't.
Congratulations,
There you go.
Mr. Electrocuting Fish.
There it
You're
is.
the winner.
All right, go on.
All right,
Move on.
let's go. Story number 1. Is this me? I get to go first this week.
Yes.
You're so lucky.
Okay. For those of you who are first-time listeners or first-time streamers, you can find us on pretty much every podcast thing there is, and we're streaming live now on YouTube. You can find us on Facebook or wherever. But we each research separately Darwin Award-worthy deaths that occur throughout the week, and then we present them to each other. We're not the kind of podcast that watches people die or shows videos of people dying, so that's why
Bull.
you're here.
No
Leave.
way. You have definitely watched people die and shown people die.
Like once or twice, maybe, out of the thousands of stories.
Yeah.
We
Okay.
usually don't, unless it's not gruesome.
We're not gruesome,
It's
right? Ben?
usually
That's what I'm
blurred
saying.
out.
Okay. Well, this week's first story is out of Tulsa, Oklahoma. Did you guys see this story?
Nope.
Actually, I did not. I was surprised you said that.
Okay. It is the Tulsa man who was on the riverside with his, girlfriend. Police were called at around 11:45 p.m. on Saturday night. This we only look up stories that are recent. This is March 5th, so this actually happened yesterday. The police are investigating a body that they found, and I'm going to use found in finger quotes because they didn't really find this. His girlfriend actually called the police and said, there's a problem. And they got there, they actually had to dig this man out of whatever he created. Let me share the story with you. so you
Oh
can-
my gosh.
I was like, water? What did he?
No, he a sandcastle. He got buried alive. He's building
What?
tunnels.
Yeah.
Building
Oh, a tunnel. There it
Exactly.
is.
This is Tulsa man dies after tunnel he made collapses along the Arkansas River.
You know, I feel like our parents never knew what we were doing growing up because we used to build tunnels.
Oh yeah, we dig a hole
Like,
as deep as we can. Taller
6
than
foot
us.
deep,
Yep.
10 feet across that we can crawl through in the backyard.
Unfortunately, though, I didn't get a picture of this tunnel. Now you can see way down there like a crane
Yeah.
trying to dig this out. Authorities had to dig this guy out from really far in after his tunnel that he was digging caved in on him.
Why?
And
Why
at
was he
night-
just for fun? Is this what he's doing for fun?
I'll show
Digging
you.
a tunnel?
It says right here, he had been working on a project for several weeks where he had been tunneling into an embankment where he found some copper wire.
What?
He's stealing
This
copper
bro-
wire in Oklahoma.
Did he get electrocuted in his tunnel or something?
Please.
Police
going on?
actually say they're not accusing him of having, stolen any wire. And they're not
He's
sure. They
dead.
won't say why he was digging, but He clearly was just stealing copper wire, right? It's not like he was like, I want to see where this goes, so I'm going to dig
He
for
had a
weeks
metal
on
detector,
end.
and he's like, "I found copper here. If I just dig far enough."
Well, he was
Yep.
buried under 10 feet of sand.
Wow,
10 feet.
10 feet
Yes.
deep.
Wait, 10 feet
Holy
deep,
cow.
or
That's like my roof.
it is your roof.
Yeah. Wow.
That's hard to get to,
Yeah.
but I guess if it's along an embankment,
You
it's
know
not,
what?
It's not
That's-
very hard sand.
That sounds like at least I give him credit for how much he dug. That's an accomplishment.
How much would it be worth?
Copper these days?
I don't know. What kind of copper wire are we looking at here? I just it doesn't seem to make sense to me. Like, I feel like he's just an idiot who just
Yes,
I'm gonna see
yes,
where this
We've
goes.
assumed
Well-
we've assumed that already. Yes, he
What do
is
you-
an idiot.
What do you think his
It
girlfriend
reminds
was
me of
doing for those weeks he was
How do
digging?
you have a girlfriend when you're just babe?
Babe, we're gonna be rich. We're gonna be
digging
rich.
down over here on
It
the
reminds me
lake.
of Dwight on The Office when he's like, when Jim puts all that wire and he has like follows it forever and he ends up going up a telephone pole looking for the end of the wire.
Yeah.
You remember that episode?
Yep. Well, that was I don't think we've had a man digging a tunnel for copper before, so that's a first.
It's a copper
Okay, yeah,
digger.
it felt very Darwin to me. It felt very
That-
rednecky, Darwin-y.
I wonder. I wish there was a picture of the tunnel. Like, was it just the size of his body, or was it like? 'cause he
Once
could crawl
again,
in
my
there and
joke went over both of your heads. I called him
didn't
a
hear it,
copper
though.
digger, which the normal phrase would be gold digger, right?
Oh, yes.
Thank you,
Bravo,
thank you,
Ben.
Thank you.
Really, bravo for that one.
Starting early tonight.
But normally I don't remind you. You just listen to the episode later, and then you're like, "Oh, I didn't
That-
hear your joke."
That does happen from time to time. It's true.
All right.
All right, that was Darwin Award nominee number 1. Man digging for copper wire gets buried in his own tunnel. Ben, the only difference between him and us is we dug our tunnels when we were children.
With spoons, literally.
As grown men, we've
Yeah.
never dug a very large tunnel.
Well,
I don't think we
No.
would.
No, I
I'd
haven't.
be like, I'm
No.
not getting down there and doing
I
that.
don't want to ruin my lawn.
I'd dig big holes at the beach.
If I caught my
sometimes.
kids digging a 6-foot hole in my yard, they'd be dead. They'd be buried in it.
Well, I'm not sure if you remember the big. Remember the
Yeah, we had a big backyard, and it was full of nothing.
Well, it was luscious trees when we moved in, but the forest. But it turned out nothing.
Well, do you guys remember the house that was owned by our grandpa when we all got together and dug a big hole in the backyard with Tommy and Joey? It was huge. You don't remember this?
That
We-
backyard was not huge.
The hole was huge. It was the entire
The
backyard.
hole was huge.
And
Oh,
when
yes,
Grandpa
I do remember
Coffin
this.
found out,
Yep.
he was very angry that we had done that to his property. Well, his
Mhm,
tenants. It wasn't
mhm.
really us. We were.
That's
Just,
actually the tree I fell from when I broke my arm.
The bird
I don't
tree?
remember you even breaking your arm. But okay.
I've broken both my
Multiple. He
arms.
breaks them all the time. All right.
All right, that was
Okay.
Darwin Award nominee number 1. Man digs himself a tunnel that he worked on, Adam, for weeks. So
Yeah,
it's not a
that's
small
not,
tunnel.
that's not an overnight project, Joe.
Right. Yes. And then he died.
Why even take the man out anymore? I mean, just bury him there.
Bury him. Yeah.
Good
It's a-
call.
It's a free funeral.
Maybe
His new
the-
grave.
his girlfriend wants to see if he had any copper. You know.
Okay, let's go to Darwin Award nominee number 2. I think this one's Adam. Adam, is this you?
No, I'm not. I'm not.
Joe, why are you wrong every week? I feel
Okay.
like now it's not on purpose. I think this
50-50
time you
guess,
just
eh?
forgot.
I did.
I'm going out of India. Noida, Noida. That's not a familiar place for me in India.
Noida. That's where they make those falafels.
India falafels aren't from India.
Noida is like on the border, so it's like technically.
You don't even know what
Right
India
there.
borders. It's right there.
Yes, we're bringing risk, and we know what India borders.
It's its own continent.
Hey, are you
really.
bringing Risk on our weekend trip?
You asked
Really?
me.
not?
to.
Yes. I'm so pumped about that. We have to play Risk.
I'm not
No,
bringing risk.
no, not bring risk. I don't waste 10 hours of my day playing Risk.
It doesn't take 10 hours if you actually attack. Just go all out.
Joe, what will happen is Greg, Adam, and I will attack you, and you'll be upset the whole
Yes.
time. We'll just
Yes, you'd
get
be
Joe
out.
out of the game. Goodbye, and then
Okay,
you'll
screw
just be
this game.
all-
I don't want to play this. Okay,
Yep.
let's go.
All right, this is a 26-year-old man. He is in a religious procession called I got this.
Diwali.
Jagannath Shobha
I think that's.
I'm not familiar with that one.
Me neither. I don't know which one that is, but that's okay. It doesn't really matter.
Well, the police did not know that this man was shooting off fireworks. It's not allowed in the streets during this procession or whatnot. But he had a rickshaw. But what surprised me about this, he was driving an e-rickshaw.
Yeah, the e-rickshaws are very popular. Those are basically electrified rickshaws.
Yeah, good job.
How does that work?
I
job,
don't know
Adam.
what that is.
So a rickshaw, from what we've described in the past, is a man holding a
like a
canopy that
cart.
But they have now upgraded to e-rickshaws. So if you like, for instance, have a scooter in major cities,
Oh, okay.
an
Okay.
electric
That makes sense.
rickshaw,
Okay.
Yes.
in which firecrackers were being carried illegally.
Was he launching them out of the back of his wicker rickshaw?
He was launching them out of the back of his e-rickshaw.
That sounds fun.
An e-rickshaw is just.
You
It's
know
not like
what? It's-
Elon Musk created these. Okay.
It's like the way this is almost worded, it looks like Erekshaw. It's a dumb joke, but it's
That is a
Alright,
dumb joke, but it
alright.
is. I have a feeling a lot of our listeners would respond well to this.
it's
Our
fine.
audience.
They were shooting rockets, it says. Man dies in explosion as rocket he fired lands back in his bag of crackers. That's
Really?
the headline.
Oh.
So I'm sure it's firecrackers, but
Yeah,
Right.
definitely.
So he had
didn't land in his Triscuits.
a lot of firecrackers. And
I don't think they're
some
probably
of them,
firecrackers. They're probably just like
some of them were
mortars.
supposed to be thrown on the street, which weren't allowed. And some of them were being shot in the air as they drove by on his e-rickshaw.
Did
And
this
of
one?
the-
Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, one of the firecrackers he lit off into the air, came back down and landed in his bag of firecrackers.
Okay, that's what I was about to ask.
Oh,
It went up
yeah.
and came back down.
It went
And-
up and came back down.
Mhm.
It didn't prematurely explode in
So
his bag of crackers.
he got exploded. Is what you're saying?
He got
From his-
exploded.
Oh, okay, all right. Blown off his bike.
Yeah, he had a partner there. The guy didn't die as well. The two men were badly burnt, but one of them.
I'm picturing Tom Cruise when in the first Mission Impossible when he puts the bomb on the train and jumps off of it and it throws him forward.
I was thinking about the gum.
The
Thinking
gum.
about the
That's
gum.
what it's a gum. That's
He
what it was.
sticks it right to the window. And
No,
he's
that's not
Fly.
a train. That's on a aquarium.
helicopter. It's on a helicopter.
No, it's
Oh,
it's in an
yeah.
aquarium in a restaurant.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's late. He
did
does that
use
Both
it
too.
are
twice.
so bad. You said train.
He
You
used it
said
twice.
helicopter.
He does it twice in that
He was
movie.
on a train at the
He
end of
uses
the
it
movie.
on
he
the
does.
train,
Oh, yeah,
helicopter,
okay, all right,
and he uses
okay.
it.
All right.
How dare you?
Anyways, I looked up e-rickshaw. It's basically a large tricycle with a back to it that people sit in, but it looks pretty modern. I think it's just an electric bike.
Have you seen those?
Mm.
You guys haven't been downtown Utah, but it's called stick dog pedicab. It's a bicycle with a seat in the back that they take you around downtown. But they blare
yeah.
music and it has lights and they don't care about traffic whatsoever.
Speaking of that, did you guys see that video of mom and dad in Hawaii and the music playing really loud and they're on that boat like at sunset?
I did, but
Yeah.
I thought mom was really annoyed, but I don't think she was. I think dad
looked
just took a
angry.
bad video. But I think dad,
It's a-
she looked really annoyed by the music, but I think that dad took a video at the wrong
Bad video.
time.
He said it was their favorite.
he was
thing
like-
to do.
I think he
Okay.
was taking a video. I was like, look where we are. But mom just,
She just looked upset.
Yeah.
This is so loud. But she
Yeah,
was
but
It was
actually
Rihanna music. I mean, Rihanna, so.
Why
That's what
ruin a
Satan
good
plays.
sunset with see Rihanna's music from hell, according to that pastor who died.
oh, I did see a story about that. Anyways, this story was from March 1st. So
Okay, cool.
Just to launch off March.
All right.
You know what we should do? Ooh, I got an idea. We'll talk about it on the break. Got a great idea.
Okay. Well, we're going to take a quick break and we'll be back with Darwin Awards nominee number 3 and plus the lightning round. For those of you who are with us on YouTube, you're just gonna have to sit here while we do whatever we want. I got a lot of noise going on out here. My dogs and my family or whatever. I gotta go find.
That's what happens when you buy 2 dogs.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm. All right. What are you saying?
Don't
Why
complain
did you
about
sound
them.
like one of my
had to go get
sisters?
them.
I mean,
That's what you got?
I have 2 dogs, so
Yeah, one of yours is like this big.
he's the loudest.
Yeah. My dogs aren't loud. Their tails hit against everything as they wag.
Oh
like,
my gosh, but isn't that like that's a noise that you wind up missing when they're gone? Like,
Yeah, it's
those
cute.
dogs are so happy their tails are bumping into the walls.
What I've noticed,
think-
Ben, you probably noticed the same thing. My family seems excited to see me, but every time I come in the room, these dogs are just. It's like I was at war or something. They're so happy that.
There's
They were
sometimes when I have to tell
bored.
Mosby, my
They're
big dog,
bored.
like, okay, dude, go away. I love you too. Go away. It's like every time he'll follow me up downstairs. He follows me more than anybody in my family. He'll
Yep.
protect anybody in my family against me, though.
Yes. I
Like
know that.
if I'm
You're the
tickling
male.
Lindsay, he'll get up and get his nose in between. Like, no,
Like,
no, no,
bro,
no.
What are you doing?
But he likes to just be around me.
Tickle fights, huh?
He knows you're. Okay, I'm gonna go check and see what's going on out there. Adam. Tickle fights, huh?
I think we should do an April Fool's podcast. That's what we should do. That's my thought. Came to my head. Like maybe either we bring fake stories or one of our stories is fake.
Okay, so on an April Fool's episode, we bring a bunch of stories, and then the listeners have to decide which one is actually
fake.
true.
Well, they could look it up, but yeah, it's
Now they
something like
won't
that.
though, because would you,
No, that's not.
Joe?
that's
While
not
you were
good.
gone, Adam proposed an idea for an April Fool's podcast where we all bring fake stories, but one of them is correct, and the users have to figure out which one is true.
I think that's a good idea.
See?
Or one is fake and 2 are true, or they're all fake. Or
Adam
whatever we
said.
do.
Adam said, "Oh no, they can just look it up." I was like, "They won't." Half of the, not even half. I'd say 80% of our stories we find from other countries that are translated. We have to really look up stories. I
Yeah.
search here in English first, and then I switch to Portuguese and Spanish, and I use different things.
or one is fake and 2 are true, or they're all fake. Or
Adam
whatever we
said,
do. Why are you playing that, Joe?
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know you. I was sharing the computer sound. I'm so sorry. My bad.
I would like.
I was just looking to see how it was going. My computer's got a setting that I need to somehow freaking change before the next episode. Every time I share the screen or stop sharing the screen, my GarageBand stops playing, stops recording, and I've had to go back and click record twice.
Oh, so you're gonna say this is gonna be
Wow.
a mess for you?
It won't be a huge mess because I was never talking on it.
Right. But if I had done that, you'd be very upset,
Yes.
and you'd remind me of it for the next few weeks.
That's weird.
I
When you
think you're
share the screen, it does that.
Yeah.
Well, not when you
Why
play
are we
sounds.
still
That's only
having
when you
these
record.
caution sign tapes? I mean, is that because that's
That's
just gonna
fine.
affect the YouTube clip that you use of the week.
He likes it on the YouTube clip, I guess.
That's what I want. That's what I want. I want to
Oh,
see what
okay.
it's like.
He's
If
got a
it's not
plan.
good,
He's got a
then it's not
plan.
No,
good.
that's fine by me. You make the clips.
I'm trying to
I'm
make
happy.
our YouTube
Can we come back,
videos look different. So
With the review, right?
yes, we got a couple. We got a review to read. On.
Let me double check. I have a decent Darwin story for lightning.
Do you?
Well, we are live on the podcast still.
Yeah. I'm not gonna say what it is, but it comes from
Well, I already discussed mine before we started, so
yeah, it's just from India as well. I got so many India stories.
why don't you just tell us about it when we get to the lightning round?
What the heck's going on here?
That just
What is
happened. A
this?
ghost in your background?
What was that?
What are you doing, Joe? What are you
I'm not
playing?
doing anything.
He's not doing anything. You just freaked
Wait,
out.
is that?
Do you
Oh
hear
my
something?
gosh, that was so weird.
What
It's
just
like this
happened?
like African music playing like out of nowhere. It was happening. I
Where'd
thought
it
Joe
come
was
from?
doing it. It was like some freaking advertisement. And some popped up somewhere. I
Oh,
don't
one
know
of
why.
your tabs. You
You
haven't
don't have it
muted
in
your
reader
tabs.
view? You don't have your tabs in reader view?
You have yours. I
No.
just have my tabs. If it loads,
I
it
have it
loads,
on
and I
my
cross my
iPad. I have
fingers.
it on my iPad.
Mine are
That
all in
was
reader
funny.
view.
Well, good for you.
I still don't even know what review is. I don't care.
Yeah, you should, because your computer is probably suffering for it. You know?
Which one?
The one from 2012 or whatever that you're using back there. All right, let's get started. Let's get the show back on the road. We're done taking a break.
Are we? Yeah, we are.
All right. For those of you who don't know, we're all getting together this weekend to go on our yearly trip that we call Brothers Weekend. There's 4 of us, the 3 of us plus a brother-in-law that we like.
The patrons used to pay for this, but now Adam does.
Yes.
We still use all their money for things.
We still have all the patron money just sitting there. I've been buying
sometimes to charity.
Yeah, that's true. Let's read some reviews that we got this week, because we promised people if they left a review, we would send them a decal. Adam, do you have those decals on you?
Yeah, I even got them.
Can you show them on the screen?
In an envelope, ready to
Ooh.
go. All I need
wins
is
the
an
Oscar?
address to put on it. And we're good to go.
And the Oscar goes
Show
to...
it.
They're decent size. Okay, you see these? Where are
Okay.
we at here?
Oh, nice.
Those are
See?
so cool. Those are, what do they
Those
call
are
it? What,
cool.
die cast?
Yeah. Can we have some of those too?
Yeah, I don't have any. Bring some this
Well,
weekend.
when we see you on whatever day,
Thursday, like 3 days from now.
Well, we promised people if they left a review and then they emailed us their contact information, we would send them one. Okay, so let's see. We got a couple to read here. I got one to read, actually. This is from Vic, a.k.a. Background Character C. Hi, Vic from Illinois. Still alive and still loving this podcast. He said 5 stars. I listen at work and recommend you all do the same. Now, where did I put my safety glasses?
I get
That's
it.
Vic. Okay.
Love
Michael Vick.
Love Michael Vick.
Vic
Right.
has actually sent us his address. So
Oh, he's ready to go. Well,
Yeah,
I'll put it
when
on
I
there
come
Put
up
some
there, we'll
stickers
do
in there.
this.
Hey, are you
Okay.
gonna bring some stuff we can sign?
then. Yeah,
talked about it.
I can sign them. Yeah,
Adams
once
has
somebody
paper for
wanted
us
to
to
sign.
sign?
Somebody wanted.
Somebody did want him signed. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it was Vic actually.
Okay. Well, we
This
can
next one is 5 stars. It's called He said, "I love this podcast." It's Ethan from Ohio. I'm not going to read what Ethan wrote.
What?
It's about aborted fetuses, and I just
Oh,
don't
gosh.
really want to go there.
We had a
So
guy do that once too. It was like
All right,
some
why-
political rant of a
Why don't
review.
you tell me on the Patreon?
he was
I'm
like,
interested in what it says.
Be
But tell me on the
okay.
Patreon.
I'll read it to you. Hey, you know what? I'll tell you what. I've had this same thing sitting in my drawer for maybe a year. This is a $10 Dunkin' gift card. Where do we have a Dunkin'? Is there a Dunkin' Donuts here in Utah? I don't
Yeah,
think
there is.
yes, let's go.
Where? Well, I was just gonna throw it in one of the envelopes. With
Why
it.
not?
Why not?
Go
Order
ahead.
one of these. Check this out.
Oh, he's got a 15 Dominoes. It's probably like
I'll throw one in.
50. I
Yeah,
guys-
I've got it just sitting there.
next
I've got
review, I just throw in a free Dunkin'. It's Australia. I mail him a
let's
Dunkin'
throw out
Donut.
gift cards to
That's nice.
Australia.
Why not? Why
All
not?
right. Story number 3.
All right, Adam, you bring us story. Darwin Ward nominee number 3 this week. Let's do it.
All right, Kanpur. It comes out of Kanpur, which is in India, which is the 18th largest city, which is bigger than any other city in the world, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm sure it's like bigger than any state we have here. It's the 18th largest.
Okay.
So 2 billion people.
Now, I found this term. It's a term I've been searching recently. I sometimes search stunt, death and stunt, or I search prank, or I search challenge, or things like that. So this one is a prank, apparently. Now, we've had this prank before, but it's a little bit different details in this.
Now
prank.
hold on, Adam. When you search prank, that reminds me, Joe, did you stop searching anal or sex? Because your story had nothing to do with that this week.
Yes,
Which it
he,
usually does.
He has
I
a new
have-
computer. He wants to keep it nice and clean.
Oh, okay, all right.
I have 2 insertions to bring to you this week on the Patreon.
Okay.
Both of them are living, breathing
Gross.
things.
Yeah, gross, dude.
I'm going to
Another
bring them both to
eel. Okay. All right. Well, this one is, they say it's a prank, but it's more of a joke, is what I would say. A man and his wife lived together, and she came home from work, and
Okay.
he thought it would be funny to tie a noose around his neck and pretend to hang himself.
Not this
Right.
again.
Hold on.
We've
We've
had
had one of
this
these.
story.
This was out of
This is
Italy.
similar.
This last
This
one was
is-
out of what? Germany or Italy?
No, I think they were both out of
Always
India. I don't know.
India.
No,
But-
no. We had the guy who tried to scare his girlfriend.
This is similar. This is his wife. But so he was standing on a table with the noose when she came in the door, scared her, and then he, was laughing about it, joked about it. When he was trying to get down, he fell, and she couldn't get him off of the noose. Is what was happening. So she called the neighbors to come help. By the time they got there, he was already dead.
So he was kicking. His feet were kicking.
He
He's
was
like,
kicking.
"Oh!"
He wasn't.
Oh, no.
We'd had it in the past where it's like she walks in and or on video. I think it was on video possibly where it was a
Yes.
fake one. But this one, she was actually there and tried to help him because it was a joke. She said it was a joke. Is what it was.
Why do Indian men think that this joke is
It's
funny?
hilarious. It's so funny.
Hold on there. I want to poke some holes here.
Oh, we have a doubter. Oh, he's going to.
I have
Poo-poo.
a story. I have the same story. I don't know if it's from a different publication.
Oh, there's like 8 different publications on the story.
He came home and it says that he tried to scare his wife into submission by putting a noose around his neck, and she didn't like his drinking habits. So that's something weird there. Scared his wife into submission. Like she didn't want to. She didn't want
I don't
to
think it's what.
have relations with him, and so he
Ooh.
pretended to try to kill himself
Ooh, I
instead of
like
trying
this.
to scare him.
Let's get deeper into this. Actually, I don't care.
After an argument, he locked the door from inside and put a noose around his neck to scare his wife.
Oh,
Lost his balance.
There you go. Well, Darwin Ward either way.
It's essentially the same story, but maybe some from a different article, a different detail.
Well, Adam, you said you have a quote from the wife, right?
yeah. She said that he had actually tried something like this before.
That's amazing.
It's like when I used to pretend propose to Becca all the time in random places.
Yes.
Did you know that I pretend proposed to Lindsay?
No, I didn't know that.
Really?
I did.
Was it fake or was it real? Like, were you pretending? Like a
After
joke?
I think our 5th date, I got
gosh.
down and opened a box.
Oh my god.
She was terrified. There's a box of dice because we like to play Yahtzee. I custom ordered some dice.
Classic.
We coffin
was like,
boys
"Oh my
are
gosh.
hilarious.
Oh my gosh.
Don't you ever do that again.
Right.
What hilarious jokes we tell.
1 year later.
That's true. That's
So when you did propose, she actually believed it? Like she knew it was
yeah,
coming?
because I had Maddie do it.
Okay. Well,
Oh.
I'll be right back.
okay.
Oh, Ben's stepping away. We're gonna have to take a break. Let's talk about Ben while he's gone. It's time for the lightning round.
There's different hats missing every week from his wall.
Because he
think
wears them.
I think he's
Yeah.
added more,
Mm-hmm.
honestly. We should get him a hat for Brothers Weekend. Is that what you got him, Joe? A hat?
No, I did not. I'm not telling you what I got him. Where
Hmm.
is this
Told you what I got him.
lightning round? I don't see it.
Maybe because you got us all the same thing. That's what it is.
I did. That's exactly what it is.
I'll think about it. I'll figure it out.
Did I? Is this? I didn't transfer this one over. Apparently, that's too bad. I need to find it.
I'm gonna use one out of India.
Okay. All right.
And that's how I lost my other testicle.
Wow, what a great story he told. Ben, you missed out on a really good story.
No, I think you guys are silent for a while, and that's just what happened. That's just what happened. Sorry, child out of bed, but as the child was out of bed, Mom and Maddie are home now. I just took him to the
Oh.
garage and handed him off.
You're like,
All
here
right.
you go.
Yep.
It's like, thank you. Present.
Okay, well, that
Okay,
was a great.
so third story. Let's move on to the lightning round. So if you're a first-time listener on this podcast, we each present a story, and we also will each present a little teaser headline for an additional 4th story that we're going to tell. That way we'll be voting on 4 stories at the end and decide which one's the best. So we're all going to bring a headline. I went last, so I'll bring my headline first. Mine has to do with I'm just gonna say Viagra. I don't know how else to say it.
Cialis. Erections. There's some other things you could say. Let's see what else.
ED.
Were you looking for
He was
ideas?
he was trying too hard.
Oh, wow.
Too hard.
Bravo.
Okay. Well, Ben would have been too vague.
He was trying too hard.
Think of your puns now. Oh, Joe, stop it.
You are not allowed to have a laugh track. That is not going to be a thing. I like it, but I don't know how much I'll like it.
No, I'm gonna keep it up.
Now.
Well, it's better than the gong. Okay, let's see. Ben, do you have your turn? Go for it.
Yes, this is a man of India. He dies after taking quack's medicine.
Ooh, okay. Does the actual title say quack?
Yeah, it does.
Oh, nice.
I haven't heard that for a long time.
Mine. I'm gonna tell you part of the headline: deadliest spot on the Oregon coast.
A cliff.
It's just a map of all of Oregon.
The entire 101 or Highway 1 or whatever that is.
So Ben's sounds kind of like murder, and Joe's sounds like suicide off a cliff. That's my thing.
It's not, but I am most interested in the Viagra story.
You know, it's always funny to talk about ED. You know, that serious thing.
Yes,
I can't even turn on any stupid radio in the car.
I try to watch freaking baseball with my kids, and the commercials come on. And it's like
it's
ED,
omnipresent.
It's actually very funny to me at this point when I'm taking my 16-year-old daughter home from school. I make sure to try to find the stations that are
awkward.
Here's your ED medicine commercial.
I think that other men our age must be having problems with this, and they've pinpointed our age group, and they keep targeting us as if it's a problem for us. That's got to be it.
Maybe your age group, but no.
Well, actually, in the story that I'm going to pick for
We're a year
Adam,
apart.
I think the story that I saw, it says that men in India have stopped taking this medicine for ED, but just for prolonged sex.
Oh, okay. Ew. I don't
like. All right.
Here we go. Let's dive in.
A different story.
Nope. I vote Adam.
All right. Okay. My story involves a 41-year-old man. It's about Josiah, really. But you're not 41 yet. Wait.
No.
Not yet.
No.
Close.
Oh, man, you can almost get your prescription for that.
A few more hours.
My prescription.
By the time you listen to this podcast, you will be. So this man is drinking with a friend, a lady friend, a female friend, they call it, in a hotel room, which is the best place to get drunk. And while they're drinking alcohol, he decided to take Viagra. He decided to take 2 Viagra just to up the ante, just make sure.
It really doesn't work. Like he's really having a hard time. He's got to take 2.
Yes,
is this his first time taking it?
Is
this his first time?
No, not the first time. Not the first time. So this is what happened to him. Not only does this affect him, taking 2 and alcohol, which you're not supposed to mix with it, he also...
Wait, he's drinking while doing it?
He has very high blood pressure from his doctor, and those 3 are fatal instants.
Viagra started out as a blood pressure medication. That's they found out it had this side effect, and they're like, we could probably market this instead. But it started as a blood pressure medication, so it's not.
And then tons of men started getting erections.
They're like, whoa! Clinical trials are like, whoa, this is really great. Hold up,
millions.
Like, there's some side effects here. Okay,
positive one.
So he woke up the next morning and is feeling uneasy. That's what he said, and he's sick to his stomach.
Really,
sick to his
drinking, taking Viagra, and having blood pressure issues. Okay.
Yes. And the female friend said, we needed to take you to get medical help. He said he dismissed concerns, telling her, I've had these symptoms before when I've done this.
Okay.
But his condition got worse. So finally, his friends took him to the hospital. But by the time he got to the hospital, he was DOA, they say. Dead on arrival. He had died of a cerebrovascular hemorrhage. Which is when the oxygen to the brain is significantly reduced.
That's basically an aneurysm, right?
That's basically everyone on this podcast has reduced oxygen to the brain. That's what I'm gonna say. Anyway,
that's how you die.
Yeah, and then they went on to say that he actually had an underlying condition, and he was 4 times the legal limit of alcohol from Australia. This is Australia, by the way.
He was 0.158.
Which I thought was India.
My computer's frozen, but I remember that stat.
0.186.
Oh, it was close.
That's what he was. It's 0.05 is alcohol limit.
Did you just say your computer is frozen?
Not this one. My old one.
His old one that just
I
loads the
have-
web page.
I have
That's all it does.
I have about 18 tabs open for the Patreon, and it is just completely frozen.
So the ones I told you to put in read review so that wouldn't happen, and you were like, I'm not doing read review because I don't know what it is.
It'll unfreeze at some point.
Okay.
Well, Joe, according to the study of the Southern California University, about 70,000 men were
Wait, does that
studied.
even make sense anymore?
No, wait, what?
Who cares? Whatever.
And the
University.
average age of the ED problem is 52. So you're getting there, Joe.
I don't think so. I
Not
think it's
even-
probably like 21 to 25 at this point. So
I think those are outdated statistics.
That's probably
Yeah,
true. I
I
mean,
think
it's
so.
it's an India story for Australia. So whatever. You know.
Mm.
Sorry, no funny puns with this one, guys. Nothing you want to
I did bring
up?
up funny points.
What-
If you do it, I'm going to
beforehand.
play the laugh track.
Okay. Well, let's now what? Now
Let's
what?
do a quick recap.
Recap.
Okay,
That's my voice, by the way. I did that one.
that is good. Nice job.
It's the first time
let's see.
Ben's hearing the podcast.
Story.
Good
Story
point.
number 1 was from me. What was it? Let me look at it here.
Yours was a story out of Kentucky,
Tulsa, Oklahoma. It was a man
Oklahoma.
who
Yeah.
dug a hole,
dug a hole,
as he
huh?
chased a copper wire coming out of the ground, and then
That's-
when he was in there, it collapsed on him. Story number 2 was a story from Ben about a guy in India
Triscuits.
whose firecracker came back down on him and lit his bag of fireworks and killed him in his e-rickshaw.
Exploded him.
Adam's
E-rickshaw.
Ben, go
Yeah,
ahead.
it's a lead up to Adam's lightning round. Sorry.
E-rickshaw. But Adam's third story wasn't the man taking Viagra. It was
Nope.
another one out of India.
Joe, you are gonna have dementia at 50.
It's all that
You don't
Viagra he's
remember it.
taking.
Tell me, go ahead.
It wasn't important enough to remember. I know
See,
my story.
exactly. What was it?
Oh,
Adam?
it's the guy who did a prank on his.
It was the guy who hung himself doing the prank on his wife.
yeah.
Second time.
And then his last story was the guy who took too much Viagra. It mixed it
And
with
alcohol.
and
And high
he
blood
had
pressure.
Yes. And then he died. So those are our 4 Darwin War stories this week. A little bit of a slow week, but pretty good. Let's choose a winner this week.
You
Who
go
is-
first.
I get to go first?
Mhm.
Oh, jeez. I got to look at these stories again.
Okay, Adam, you get to go
All
first.
right.
No, I'm voting for the guy who dug his tunnel and then he died in the tunnel when it collapsed on him as he's chasing after a copper wire. That's my choice this week.
I am voting for shooting your own firework into the air and it lands back in your bag of fireworks.
That would have been my second choice, Ben. That's a good story too. I like that.
Also, you're digging your own grave is my second choice as well.
That's
So
good.
Adam,
I like the digging because we haven't had a story like that. I mean, it was told kind of poorly, but I'll vote for it.
Oh man.
Oh, well, wow. Congratulations, man who dug his own grave. You're the winner this week of the
Digging your own grave. I like it, Joe. I like it. You'll play on words every week. You're so good at that.
It's okay. She can come in.
Adam, I said that before he did, so thank you for
Okay.
I didn't hear it.
Thanks for copying Ben's thoughts.
For those of you who are listening currently on Apple, on the Darwin Awards Plus, you just keep tuning in and you will automatically hear
Yeah,
the
that's
Patreon
pretty cool.
episode. It's just you'll listen to this one and the Patreon episode. It will continue.
It's nice. You don't have to click on anything. You just listen all at once. Yeah.
If you'd like to listen to the bonus Patreon episode, you can go to our Patreon and you can subscribe there, or you can go to the Darwin Awards Plus on Apple Podcasts and you can subscribe there. Actually, you know what? It's cheaper on Apple.
Shut up. Shut your mouth.
Why is it cheaper on Apple? It's
Shut your mouth.
Not
Wherever
even-
you're telling people to spend less
one
money,
penny?
stop
Is
it.
it 1 penny cheaper, Joe?
No,
Stop it.
I'll tell you this. I'm just going to say this. If you pay for the whole year, it's like half the price of Patreon.
Oh, they give you like a year
Stop it.
discount.
Give you like a 50% discount on
Here's where
Oh.
you can hear
Hey, why not?
It's fine with us.
100 to it's
We're just here to bring joy.
okay. So our podcast, we let 30 episodes are free for anybody, and then it's all archived.
Yeah. And if you don't like it, you can go away.
I don't care what they do.
But,
But if you're paying for it, because you're essentially getting 300 and something episodes,
yeah,
bingeable material. You're like, hey, here's a Black Friday sale that we're not doing right now. Here's the cheapest way to find it. Thanks. Cool.
We should
well,
do
it's
so.
cool. The Darwin Awards Plus on Apple.
Yeah, I
I
don't
think
care.
my favorite way to listen. But let's do some teases, okay, for this week's Patreon episode. All right.
Okay. I have man opens the front door after hearing a strange noise. Gets mauled by.
Okay, what's your
Ooh.
first reaction when hearing that?
What is he getting mauled by?
I heard a
That's the
sound.
question.
I turned around.
That no.
Ben, do you have anyone you want to tease?
Okay, so I have multiple cow stories.
One.
No, I don't have anything I want to share because my computer's still frozen.
Oh gosh. Okay. I have quite a few I'd like to share, and I want to ask you this question, guys. Could you drown yourself by kneeling in front of your toilet and sticking your head inside?
I think I've
No.
heard studies
Nope, I
that you can't actually drown yourself on purpose.
Okay. Well, we're gonna challenge that question.
Maybe if I bungee the lid closed or something. I don't know. Maybe
We
thought
also
about
have some live things that were inserted into people's
inserted.
penises.
Oh no.
So we're gonna talk about those as well.
Okay. Well, that's great. Okay. Well, we are. Oh, by the way, last minute thing. Next week there will not be a podcast. Don't be sad,
That's right.
people.
Good.
It's our
We'll
annual
be out of
break
town.
for one
we
week.
probably will air a Patreon, right?
No.
Usually when we take a week off, we give a teaser for a
No, it
Patreon.
was a while ago.
You're right. Maybe we will. Maybe we will.
We should let people know how stupid we are on.
Now
Patreon.
you're giving away the free